Hey y'all, it is February the 26th, 2018, and y'all, this ugly mug y'all looking at, check out his face real close. Mm, take that in. Don't you take that in. I know you've probably seen the face already before. That would be a Sheriff Scott Israel. Mr. Sheriff Israel. He doesn't look like he's up to much good, does he? Alright, well, see, well, we're finding out about Scott Israel from not having known him ever before. What we're finding out about him is he does like to get boisterous, real boisterous. He might get up in Dana Lash's face and explode on her, basically, and scream in her face that if she doesn't want to take away guns, well, then she hates Americans. She must hate Americans, and things of this nature. He's really up to no good, this guy. Mind you, I don't know if I'm correct, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Scott Israel is the only person on Earth at all to recognize the shooter. That would be Nicholas Cruz. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe it's somebody on Scott Israel's staff. Maybe it was one of his sheriff deputies who was able to recognize Nicholas for being the shooter. Thing is, how could anybody know? How would anybody know except for Mr. Israel right here? How would anybody know? I don't know. Who knows? Does Donald Trump know? Who got to see the videotapes? Scott Israel? I mean, you're the one who cracked the case, right? Was it you? Or was it your deputies? How come whoever it was, they're just not coming out and saying, hey, look, I'm the hero. I identified the shooter and nobody else. And if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even know now, would we, if it wasn't for me? Is that you, Scott Israel? Were you the guy who did it? Were you the guy, are you the hero that we need to be thanking? See, I just want to take in his face. He may or may not resign very, very soon, but he's also the fellow that kind of muscled out of Scott Peterson, basically put the hush. He put the kibosh on Scott Peterson, all right, because we have a Scott Peterson, and that guy ain't talking for nothing right now, and it makes you wonder why. Why is that? Why isn't Scott Peterson explaining why he didn't run in the building? I would love an explanation. But see, the thing is about this Sheriff Israel is he's not too keen on explanations. I just have to tell you, because if he was keen on explanations, well, he might be trying to explain why there's a young girl on the internet, and I left a link below. If you want to see it, go ahead and check it out. A young girl, and she's claiming that Mr. Israel, this guy right here, and nobody else, him, she's claiming that he made her get an abortion at the age of 17 years old. All right? That baby that was killed, that was his baby. That's what the lady says. You want to go check out the video below. I don't know if she's lying or not. You might want to tell me. You might want to tell me if she's lying. But that's the thing. We're starting to get an insight on a Mr. Israel. We're starting to understand that either A, he's compromised, or B, he's super duper compromised. And there ain't no three ways about it, actually. Alright, so you might see him resign pretty soon. You might not, but either way, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here, guy, because why aren't you taking the credit for being the hero, for being the one and only person on Earth who identified Nick Cruz? Or maybe you could just show us the videotapes and the evidence and the things like that. Maybe you could show us the telephone reports and things of that nature. Maybe you could show us some evidence. Maybe you could show us some of his clothing, right, that would have all sort of murder DNA on it. Israel, you're really not good with proof, are you? You're really not good with evidence. You're really not good with manners either. You're really not good with explaining stuff. Anyways, man, you know what? I'm going to holler at you later and let you think about that for a little while. It's February the 26th. 2018. And I'm still waiting for evidence. I'll holler at y'all.